We got some juicy rumors for you guys today as we got a report that the New York Jets are trying to trade up for Miami quarterback Cam Ward. What's going on, everybody? My name is Patrick Siepman, and welcome into the Jets Report. And before we dive into these reports, I do want to tell you guys a little update here on our race to 3,000 subscribers. We're actually battling our Bills breakdown channel here at Chat Sports. So if you guys want to help us out and help us beat the Bills breakdown in a race to 3,000 subscribers, hit that sub button as we only need 218 more of you guys to subscribe to the channel. So if you guys could subscribe today and don't miss anything around your New York Jets. So after the Aaron Rodgers news broke yesterday that the Jets informed Rodgers that they will be moving in a different direction at the quarterback position, a lot of these people started just throwing some reports out there suggesting what the New York Jets could do at the quarterback position. The latest report we got, well, they might be trying to trade up for Cam Ward, and let's just dive into it. So this is Nevin Shapiro. We will dive into who he is here in a second, but he was on a podcast recently saying this. So I am told the Giants are out of the Cam Ward business as of today. Now, Nevin Shapiro, about a couple of weeks ago, suggested that the Giants were all in on Cam Ward, but now he is saying the team that is starting to surface as the player for Cam Ward and is putting together a big package is the New York Jets. I was told that firsthand specifically, the Jets are making a strong push for Cam Ward. Now, I know a lot of you guys are saying, who the hell is Nevin Shapiro? Is this guy Adam Schefter? Is this guy Tom Pelissero? Absolutely not. But this guy is tapped into the University of Miami. So a little bit here on Nevin Shapiro. We'll roll through some pictures and tell you guys who he is. So he actually is a convicted felon who received a 20-year prison sentence for orchestrating a $930 million Ponzi scheme. And according to interviews, he allegedly engaged in rampant violations of NCAA rules over 8 years as a booster for the University of Miami athletes. Shapiro allegedly provided football players cash, goods, prostitutes, and assorted favors. So he's been connected with Miami. He's been a big, part of that university over the last couple of years. And to date, 72 University of Miami football players are alleged by Shapiro to have received benefits from him from 2002 to 2010. John Beeson, Devin Hester, Willis McGahee, and the late Sean Taylor are some of those names. So he is very tapped into the University of Miami. I am not saying we got to take his word, as 100% the truth, but I definitely do think this offseason for the New York Jets is going to be incredibly exciting because you got the big market, you got a very aggressive owner in Woody Johnson who knows the game and knows what it takes, just get clicks and get eyeballs on your football team. And now we got this guy, Nevin Shapiro, suggesting that the Jets are trying to put together a massive package to go trade up and land Cam Ward. Well, let's talk about it on today's show. So I do want to connect this back to an ESPN article that they actually put out earlier today saying what the Tennessee Titans are going to do with the number one pick. So they had 8 guys vote, and they had 5 of their guys said the Titans will trade that pick, and then the other 3 say they will keep the pick. This is what ESPN specifically had to say, though, saying the overall feeling is the Titans will trade the top pick of the draft. The execs, coaches, and scouts who voted that way believe the Titans lack true game-altering players and say none of the quarterbacks in this draft class can elevate the current supporting cast. So then where does that leave the Jets? If they're trying to trade up to pick number 1, I think that might be their best chance to land the quarterback of their choice. And if Shapiro's right that Cam Ward's their guy, I think you almost have to trade up to pick number 1 because you're assuming the Giants will take a quarterback at pick number 3. And then if Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders lands to pick number 6 with the Raiders and they didn't go out and pay a guy like Sam Darnold, you can pretty much pencil it in that the Raiders will select a quarterback. So if you're going to go try and trade for, Cam Ward, Shedeur Sanders, the number 1 pick is what you have to go get. But an AFC scout had even more juice to the Titans potentially trading off that first overall pick, saying they want more picks. So I think they come off that first pick, but it takes 2 to tango. Someone has to fall in love with one of these quarterbacks enough to give up a ransom to get to the top. I'd say it would take a pick swap no later than number 7 overall, which is actually where the Jets are, and a second rounder this year to go with a first rounder and at least a third round pick next season. And honestly, it makes a lot of sense on why the Jets would want to go trade up for a quarterback, because Jets already designated or likely to designate Aaron Rodgers as a post-June first cut, which will save them $9.5 million. And then they also have Devontae Adams be a post-June first cut as long, and also they cut Allen Lazard. They could get up to almost $70 million in cap space. So if you want to kind of, put the icing on this cake in the roster, you do that in free agency, and then why not use your draft capital to trade up in the NFL draft? So what would a trade look like? Well, here it is. It would be the Jets receiving the number 1 overall pick in the 2025 NFL draft, and then they would have to give up pick 7, pick number 42, next year's first round pick, and you would probably have to include next year's third or next year's fourth round pick. But as it stands right now, I think this would be maybe enough to get it done. Maybe the Titans play some hardball here and say, hey, you got to attach on a third or a future fourth. But if this is the deal, what say you on this one? Would you accept this trade? Give me an A for accept, or give me a D for decline down below in the comment section. You guys let me know your thoughts if you're making this blockbuster deal to have the New York Jets trade up and land the number 1 overall pick in the 2025 NFL draft. My answer to this is yes, I would do it. I know it is a ballsy move, but the age-old saying, no risk it, no biscuit, and I think the Jets are actually in a spot where they can take some of their future draft capital and try to trade up for one of these quarterbacks, because what is the most important position in all sports? It is that quarterback position. And honestly, in my opinion, there's no other quarterbacks out there right now that get the Jets even too close to where they want to be. Now, obviously, Sam Darnold's the top guy out there. I don't think Darnold would have any interest in returning to the New York Jets. Would the Jets want him? TBD. Don't really have a good answer there. But Justin Fields, Russell Wilson, Kirk Cousins, are you a fan of either of those 3 guys being QB1 for the New York Jets next season? I'm going to assume a lot of you guys say no. And you also have Tyrod Taylor. And, I'm cool with the Jets rolling out Tyrod Taylor, as their QB1, but also I think Tyrod, he would make a perfect mentor for a rookie quarterback. Like, let's just say hypothetically, and this is true, and this leaked report is 110% true, and the Jets are actually going to go trade up for Cam Ward. What a perfect guy to have mentor Cam Ward like Tyrod Taylor. A guy who's been a veteran. He's played 10-plus seasons in the NFL. He's been on multiple different teams, been in big markets. He was with the Giants and now with the New York Jets. He knows what it takes to be a good quarterback in the NFL. He knows the ins and outs, of this whole league, and I think he would be a really, really good guy to mentor a guy like Cam Ward. So let's talk about him. If Cam Ward's the next quarterback for the New York Jets, I'll tell you what, I would be absolutely thrilled about this being the situation. But there is a debate. Cam Ward, Shedeur Sanders. Now, if you guys have been watching a couple of my videos, I am more of a Shedeur guy than a Cam Ward guy. But again, it is very close. It's just kind of, pick what quarterback you like more, because they are honestly 2 completely different guys. Now, I think Cam Ward, no doubt, has the edge in the arm talent. Like, if you guys just watch these 2 throw on air, Cam Ward has a way better arm than Shedeur Sanders. But I do think Shedeur has the edge in decision-making and the accuracy department. And he is so good at resetting the pocket, stepping up, and buying himself that extra half second to go and make a play. And also, I'm also a big believer that, Cam Ward, he's got the better playmaking. He's got the better leadership compared to Shedeur Sanders. He's kind of gotten out the mud throughout his football career, went to Incarnate Ward, had the transfer to Miami. He's definitely battled through a lot of adversity, but his advanced stats, big-time throw percentage, 5.7 this past season, turnover-worthy play percentage, 7.3, adjusted completion percentage, 76.3, and his ADOT was 9.8 yards and only had 2 sacks on the season, but even goes deeper with Cam Ward. When he has a clean pocket, this guy is a killer with the football in his hands. And this was on he completes 71.8% of his throws, 32 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and 5.5% of those throws are big-time throws, but he does get into trouble when he is under pressure. This is where the turnover-worthy play percentage increases, where on the other hand, Shedeur Sanders almost thrives under pressure. But when he's not blitzed, he can just sit back in the pocket, 20 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. But the thing about Cam Ward, I think he's obviously got the edge on Shedeur, is his ability to push the ball down the field. Now, 20-plus air yard throws. Unbelievable stuff from Cam. 45.3% completion percentage, nothing to write home about, but the touchdown to interception ratio, 14 tuds, no interceptions, 26 big-time throws, and only 4 turnover-worthy plays. And when it is behind the line of scrimmage, he's got this wicked release. It's super fast, super compact. That's why he was 76 of 82 on throws behind the line of scrimmage with 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. And you may call me crazy, but my pro comp for him is I don't want to call him like a poor man's Caleb Williams, because obviously he was not the prospect Caleb was coming out of college, but they are both smaller quarterbacks, both very compact, and both of their both the releases are super fast. They get the ball out quick. They can both touch every blade of grass on the football field. They both have elite velocity on their throws. So I'm not saying he's Caleb Williams, but he does kind of remind me in the way he plays that backyard football mode, just has a wicked arm. So I do see some Caleb in Cam Ward's game. But I think something that gets undervalued when evaluating these quarterbacks is what type of support system are you going to put around them? Because I think a lot of these guys, they all have unreal talent coming out, but you got to get a good support system around him. And the Jets actually have a couple of guys that can make Cam Ward's life a little bit easier. You got a Garrett Wilson. You got 2 good running backs in Breece Hall, Braylon Allen, Olu Fashanu. Even though he got hurt last season, he showed flashes in the limited action. Then you do have a solid center in Joe Tippmann. So I don't think the Jets support system is as bad as some people think. But then it comes down to, would you send that draft capital to trade up for Cam Ward? You guys just got to let me know. Give me a T for trade or a P for pass. If you would trade up for Cam Ward, it would take a lot, but you would potentially be getting your franchise quarterback. You guys let me know your thoughts down below. Another friendly reminder to help us reach 3,000 subscribers here on the channel. Hit that sub button if you guys haven't already, and we'll see you guys next time. As always, go Jets.